Hi, my name is Ife Eninla, and here again we are on the Deep Dive podcast, and I have here with me again Esther.
Hi.
Sweet looking Esther. Hi, Esther.
Hi.
Hope you are good today.
Man, I'm
good
fine.
to have you here
good.
again. So today we are going to be talking about, is age really just a number? I mean, relationship wise, can you date someone who's 10 to 30 years older as a lady, or
As someone younger.
or someone younger, or for a
mean-
guy, can you date an older guy, an older lady rather, and or are you interested in? Well, we are ladies here, though. Let's just talk about this.
Yeah, we'll talk from our point of views.
Yeah.
Age is not just a number. In the sense of, okay, now let's look at it this way. Age is just a number, and age is not just a number. For me personally, anything that is going beyond 10 years, 12 years gap difference. I mean, this is from the guy, not somebody younger than me. Not someone that I'm older than with 13 years.
No, that's
You're already my younger brother. Do you get? So, yeah, but then anything that is already looking at 20 years, 25, 30, is giving another thing entirely. That's not relationship.
Sugar daddy.
Yeah, it's giving sugar daddy. And we don't
So
want
what
that
will you
to-
say of women that got married to men that like 50? Maybe they were like 20 something.
Sorry.
I mean, there are ladies that get married.
They are 20 and their husband is 50.
Trust me,
55.
are there not ladies that go outside Nigeria that get married to old men and they are proud? Okay, this is my husband, and they're doing wedding and posting pictures.
Some of them would probably say that, okay, they are going for somebody older because of the experience. But then look at it from this point of view. Imagine that, okay, you're 20 or you're 25, you're 20 to 25, you've not acquired a lot of knowledge like that. But then somebody that is 50, that's 5 decades. That's a whole lot of knowledge that you might not even have the capacity to take all of that, because the person is coming with too many maturity. Like, everything is just a lot. And
are you sure? I mean, I've
50s,
heard that when a man gets
50s
to
now.
50 years of age, they become, it's like when the more they age forward, they age backward in their minds. Like, they become freer with life, they become more, how will I put it? Have you noticed our grandparents are more friendly than our parents?
Yeah, but in terms of relationship, except if he's only giving something else that is not relationship, and that's sugar daddy. That's my own point. Like, that's the way I would see. I don't know about any other person, but 50 years,
It's a lot.
50 and 20, I mean, that's a whole lot. That's life. Like, for real though, I mean, that man is old enough to give birth to you.
To give birth to 3 of you.
No, 3. 3 is far. Let's say like 2 of you.
3 of you.
50, 20, 10. Okay.
Because if you have to put age difference.
Yeah, but then I mean, that's a whole lot. Like, a whole lot.
It's a lot, to be very
And
honest.
it depends on the lady though. I mean, there are other ladies that have capacity to handle a lot. Me like this, I don't have capacity to handle a lot.
So what's your age difference? Like the limits, like the best you can go.
I can see what you're doing. That's a very tricky question. But
That's
yeah,
what you are doing.
personally, yeah, 10 to 15 years. Okay. So I know your question will be, why
Let's take for
10?
instance.
Okay.
You're let's take for instance you're 23 or 25. So that means you're saying that 15 years, that means you can be with someone that is 40.
If I'm 25, yeah. And if we're looking at marriage, yes,
40.
yeah, I mean 30, 39, 40, and I'm 25. We are looking at marriage. I know that you have, or I wouldn't just even be with somebody that is 39 and is an idiot, because there are a lot of people. There are a whole lot of guys that they are old in terms of their age. They have a lot of experience, but then they don't like. They've not even took out the time to, okay, let me even study how this gender, how they live, because you are a lady, you know, when, like, it takes a whole lot for you to even say you want to date someone that is, I mean 25.
I agree with you because somebody who is 26, a guy who is 26 years old is still working towards building his life.
Yeah.
But somebody who is 30, close to his 40s, he must have passed through the old 20 stage, and he already has what he's doing with his life, what he wants to achieve out of life. He already knows where he's going. So finding someone like that who is not settled down and is looking forward to settling down, well, I mean, for a lady, it's an advantage for you because he has learnt a lot.
Yeah.
He has learnt a lot.
It might make a good father to your children. I mean, this is not even just about you. Look at the children that you would have, and imagine them having a very good father that.
Aside that, he will even have better plans for you than somebody who was 26 years old that you got married to, because many ladies have gotten married to young gains like themselves, and then they're like, oh, he doesn't care about me, he's out there looking for women. Trust me, the man you get married to at 40 has already probably had all the women he wants in his life, so you just want to focus on you. Well, I'm not saying that men are not still able to do what they want to do, but what I'm saying is it's not going to be as much.
And somebody that is even younger, like looking at a guy that is younger, the mindset that a lot of them have is, I still have the time, I can do, and that's where womanizing becomes, sorry, but generic. Because let's not make a point.
Let's not change the topic.
Like I actually want to make a point right there. Imagine someone that is 22, you're like, I still have my life now. Okay, you are nice till you're 28, and now you're married. You can't even change that habit because you're already used to it. All your young years, all your early 20s, late 20s, mid 20s, you've focused on different kind of energy, and now,
well, it happens.
So
talking from the woman's perspective, personally, being with a young guy, for me, it feels like is inexperienced. I've had a couple of arguments with younger guys. I noticed that because of the kind of face I have, because I have this baby face, so nobody would believe that I'm already in my 20s, my early 20s. They would think that I'm still like a teenager or just approaching 20. So I'm like, when they meet me and they're like, oh, hey, what's up? You know, guys now, they are Jazzy now, they are big now. Hey, what's up? My name is this. And I'm like, oh, okay, hi. I'm like, what's your name? And then we get talking. And then when we now get to the part where we begin to talk about what we've done in our lives, and okay, where are you coming from? What school have you attended? And the next thing is, oh, I'm 24. And he's like, oh, what? No way. It's a lie.
My auntie.
Yeah, it's a lie. The guy's like, oh, okay, that's not a problem. I'm 21 or 22. The guy's like, okay, I'm 19. And then I'm like, oh, you're 19. And then the next minute, the guy can already see the judgmental looks on my face. And the guy already feels small. The guy's like, okay, this girl is never going to actually look at me like this anymore.
I mean, look at you.
Sometimes they regret telling me their age because automatically, for me, it's not something I can control. I automatically just see them younger. So when we now begin to have arguments and we're talking, and the guy's like, wait, why are you always trying to act like my auntie? You're not my auntie. And I'm like, relax.
It's experience that is
it's not my fault. Because sometimes whenever they are like, okay, they are going through something and I just want to like drop a piece of advice, and I'm like, okay, I think I've been in this situation before. This is what I didn't like. Who are you to tell me that? I'm like, oh wow, I'm sorry. I did not know that that's how you see it. I'm not acting like your auntie. I'm just trying to put idea. That's why it's going to be hard for me to be with somebody who is younger, because we're going to have conflict of interest. We're going to have so many arguments because they would not see it from my perspective.
Yeah, and it's your maturity level. The older you are, I mean, it's believed that the older you are, the more matured you are.
As a lady,
because
are you sure?
Yeah, I mean, it depends actually. Yeah, that's why I said majority of the ladies.
Yes.
The older they get, the more matured they become.
So there's this opposition I might have to what you said.
Okay.
Trust me, as a lady, the older you get, the more mature you become. It's a general statement, but some ladies have grown, and they grow without IQ. They claim to say, oh, we have IQ, but trust me, IQ is not what they call IQ. How can you be talking to a lady of 30 years old, and as a lady of 24 that I am, I'm like, we are having a conversation and I'm not seeing sense in what she's saying. I mean, you are looking at a matter of something that is not supposed to even be anything serious. You are making it look as if it's a big deal. I don't even want to go into details right now, because the reason why many men are amazed when they meet a younger lady who is doing so well for herself, who is achieving a lot, and they're like, wow, I've met ladies that are older. I'm tired of hearing that thing, trust me. I've met ladies that are older and they didn't even I match up to half of what you've got into. They've not blah 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 blah. Okay, ladies, what is the problem? And
for them.
To be very honest, I've met some, and I'm like, really? How will I put it? The kind of person that I am, my tolerance level is not that high. It's low. So I just discard some things. I just sometimes I would have taken it so seriously, but when I think about it, is it really worth it? So I just let them be. So for you, can you be with somebody who is younger?
I can never be with someone that is, even if you're age mates. No, for real though, because the way I see myself, I cannot imagine not a mini me, but I don't mean a mini me, but we are age mates, or sorry, or probably we are in the same space. I don't know. Okay, people tend to say that, okay, it's not a general thing, yeah, but then if you're a lady and you have self-consciousness, you're doing all of these things, not even for yourself, just to make yourself get better and be a better person as a lady, you would aim for somebody that is much more better than you are, and that's the way. Like that's 100% me. If we are the same age, now you're younger than me, you're already my younger ones.
But do you know that there are actually guys that are younger, like what you listed now? You said
maturity level, self-consciousness.
For a guy that you're meeting, you want someone that is way better than you. Do you know there are guys that are younger and they've actually gone far? You'll be shocked the things they've achieved.
But they should not be my age, man.
They've done so many things, and you even see the one that is even buying a car for his mom. You see the one that's buying a house for his. I mean, it depends on what they are into. Maybe football. You know, there are actually some things that somebody can engage in life that would shake their mindset, that would shift their thinking. Yeah. Some people they grew more mature when they lost their dad. Yeah. Some people grew more mature when they lost their mom, or when a turn of events happened in their life, or probably when their parents had to separate. You know, there's so many things in life that can make somebody
grow very fast,
faster
than your age self.
You'll be surprised. Somebody who's have you watched videos of young people, like very young children, 10, 12, and they're talking, they're making speeches that you are just so surprised that, wow, is this coming from the mouth of a 12-year-old? Sometimes it's what the person has gone through. Some of them have grown with parents that they've challenged them, like you must
be a better person,
you must not grow up to be a vegetable, like you must not. So I think it's not really about the age, it's about what you have up here.
But fact still remains that whether if you have all of that upstairs and you're my age mates now, or you're younger than me now,
what if the person that God has designed for you to be your husband,
God knows that he knows what is best for me. God knows what is best for me. So we're not
are you sure you're saying that God knows what is best for you? You're the one that's choosing what is best for you.
God knows what is best for me. You're my peer. I see someone like that as someone that we can work together or build, or just be neutral. But I mean,
so you can work together in a company with a guy who is your age mate, and you will not have issues with them. But you cannot date somebody who is older than you, who is the same age with you, rather. You can work with a guy.
Yeah, I can work with you.
Who is of the same peer with you.
I think that
but you can't date a guy.
Yeah, over time, I've worked with people that I mean, we were age mates, or these are great and amazing people.
So how come you are able to work together with them freely as co-partners, but you cannot date them? What happened?
It's the way I see it. Relationship is me going to work every day, and me meeting you people, or we working together on this project and that project, is we are working. That's the working
Workspace
space.
is not
Yeah.
growing beyond that.
Yeah, it's not growing beyond that. It's just that's just it. We might not even see after that project has ended. But someone I'm dating, I mean, for us to date, we'll probably be looking at, we'll definitely be looking at marriage. Do I really think that I want
So
to
is
be
it
with that
every
kind of
relationship
person?
you enter that will lead to marriage?
Not every relationship that enter, but let's to be on a safer side. Have it in your, just look at yourself. The person that you're dating, are you sure that you can get married? Like, what's the point? If you don't think that, okay, if marriage comes right now, I can't date this person, I can't marry this person, then what's the point? Why even wasting each other's time?
Well, I
can
feel
come and chill in the
like
single club.
if you are dating the person and you know you're not going to end up with the person, you guys should state it from the beginning.
Yeah,
that, oh,
that's
okay,
the
we cannot.
thing. Or if
So you can be with a guy who is younger or is your age grade, and you can tell them that, okay, this is the definition of our relationship. That
Yeah.
work for you?
yeah,
So what's now the point?
just like you said, can that work for you? It might be that, okay, at this point of my life, I'm not even looking at marriage right now, but this is what is working for me.
But definitely, if it works, then that means it could work in marriage too.
It could work in marriage. My own point remains that nothing can change it. If you are age,
So for you, age is not just a number.
age is not just a number.
For you, age is not just a
age
number.
is a very big determining factor for me. If I'm going to get married to you, if we're going to build anything together, if we're going to have kids together, you have to be not just only older, but you have to be way, way, way more mature than I am. Because sometimes I see myself as a chicken. Sorry.
So what if the guy is way more mature than you are in thinking, but it's your age mates?
But it's my age mate. Let's look at, you cannot be my age mate and be more distant.
I do not agree.
Age mates. Looking at anyways, I cannot judge the old book by
It's covered.
its cover, right? But then it's still a big determining factor for me. I nothing can change that.
All right, Esther has made a point.
I made my point. But at the same time, yeah, whether you are 10, 12 age, like whatever age, whether you're even age mates, yeah, as far as there's a deep level of understanding between the two parties, it could work.
Okay.
Yeah,
As long as there's understanding.
there's
between
understanding
two parties.
between two parties. So you might just, I mean, this is me just saying this because of how my mind has been made up, but there might be change in the future, and that change will not just happen because of anything. It will happen because both of us we've come to an agreement and a better understanding that, okay, these are the things that I can take, and then we would work together.
Well, I think according to what you're saying, something just came to my mind, and I just remember, as a lady, over time you outgrow a relationship because you said women age faster. When the more they grow, the more they become mature, according to age. It's for everybody, but for a lady, we age faster in our minds than the way the guys age. Guys would become, their priorities will change when they are approaching 30 or in their middle 30s. But for a lady's her priorities become important when she's in her 20s, because we believe that, okay, we need to settle down in life. A woman that is approaching 30 cannot be saying she wants to be flexing, except she's not interested in getting married. So what popped into my head was, when I said a lady, you can be with a guy when you're 20 years old, and then with the guy too is 21, and then you guys are approaching 25 and the guy is 26. If the guy does not make up his mind on time what he wants to achieve, by the time the lady gets to 25, she will outgrow the relationship.
And that's where maturity comes in at the same time. Do you see what I said? So we are the way we live, being a woman is different from being it's different. I would say it's different chemical compositions. So that stuff that will be going on in your life as a girl, as a young lady of 21, that the guy you are already at this point, but the guy is still 21 and it's not even I mean,
it might not even be his fault.
It might not even know. It might be as a result of probably life happening to the girl or something. Then she has to grow up very fast, and then the guy is still way behind. Imagine that kind of girl. Do you imagine that kind of woman with such mindset and all of this? Do you think that she'd want to, go back, or
she would not want to? That's why you see so many cases where they will say, "Oh, we dated for 10 years and she left me." I'm sorry, she aged.
And you did not. And
you
refused to see
that. Do you know that I'm sure the lady must have been telling him, he's like, "Oh, I'm not ready now. Why you under so much pressure?" And you're like, "Oh, she's just insensitive. She's just running faster than her time." But you don't understand that she's a woman, and for a woman, age number is not even just a number. It's not just a number to age is not just number to women.
It's to achieve all that you can achieve in
exactly
your 20s.
So yeah, okay, sorry to cut you. Just continue.
So cause as you're approaching 30, and it's not fine. A lot of us might say that, okay, society has a big way of saying, oh, women, once you are 30 and you're not married, you're this, you're that. It's not really their fault. It's not really, because imagine you're 25 right now, you have all the time, you're working, you have the energy, you're doing this, you're doing that, you're making stuff work for yourself. Once you start getting to that, targeting that age 30, 35, you would no longer have the strength that you used to. I'm not even trying to say that you might not. Yeah, of course. I mean, there are a lot of women that are 35, 40, 45.
And they're still very strong.
Yeah, they are doing. But this time around, you would need help. You would need a helping hand. You will need to nurture. So what are you nurturing aside your business? Because business is very chaotic. You need to nurture your children. You need to nurture you need to do a lot of feminine self in terms of being a mother, and all of that has to happen to you. You have to go through motherhood phase.
So when you don't go through all of that at that age, you feel like a woman that has not achieved anything in life.
So you're already,
except your priorities are different.
Yeah.
But I've noticed that many women that notice that they can't settle down early in life and they can't find a man, they just find a child, because it's not. You need something to console. You need something to make you feel like a woman. To nurture.
And that's the thing that makes us different from men. Even a lot of men would just have kids and they might not even, a lot of men don't even participate in nurturing that child. And as women, we carry so much love in our hearts. Let's even forget about relationship, and like, for you, we might try to do hard girl or do tomboy or do behave like a stud and all of that, but deep down we carry so much love in our hearts that we just have to give out that love to our young. It might not even just be only our children. It might be other people's children. It might be you still see some 30-year-old women and they're in the children department in church, singing happily, and they are going and they're like, oh my God, there's this child that makes so much joy. Yeah, like, because you carry so much love in your heart and you need to give out that love to your own offspring. So do yourself a favor by getting the right person. Don't wait till because you and the person have been dating for years and you're 20, 21 and he's telling you are running faster. You're not. You are living in the, how do I put it? You have just been a woman.
Exactly. Because
and it's nature, it's biological. You would want to have your children at some point in your life. So
but trust me, do you know that a woman that wants to find a man needs to set herself in any level you set yourself in, the level at which the kind of person you meet, the level at which you've created is the level at which you find. Like, because as a lady, when you set a particular standard for yourself in life, you would not meet a man that is, if the guy is above your league, that means you have not tried enough. If you are thinking that, you want to be with a millionaire and you don't even have what it takes,
that's why
to maintain millions. You cannot find a millionaire that want to get you.
Sorry, that's
so
why
you need to see that virtue in you for him to pick you and say, okay, this woman can be mine. So when ladies complain of meeting guys that are not up to not up to the standard they set in their head, sometimes they've not asked themselves, have they built themselves to that level? Like the standard? You look like the standard you are looking for.
That's why they say be what you want to become. Like, okay, this is what I want to become. This is the kind of person I want to be with. This kind of person, the kind of man I want to get married to. Do that kind of man want to be with you?
Exactly. Have you asked yourself? Look at yourself. Can that you
kind of person want to be with you? Imagine you saying that, okay, I want to get married to somebody, to a man that is top in his field, is probably in petroleum or whatever sphere in his life, and this and this and that. Because women, we have a lot of fantasies and a lot of dreams that are not even realistic, to be very honest. And then look at yourself. You're not even helping yourself. Look at that business that I say you want to start since how many years. you have been saying, okay, I would open a fashion. Have you even made any step? There are a lot of online, like, and this is you not even spending a whole lot of, you have your phone, even you can just follow blogs or follow brands that in that line of what you want to become. Do you think that the kind of
affiliates, do
you get? So do you think that the kind of person that you want to get married to, the kind of person that you've aimed to be with in your mind and all of that, wants to be with the you of now?
And then you say age is just a number.
I say age is just a number.
I don't think age is just a number. Okay, I wanted to go back to what we were talking about when you said you can work with somebody who is your age mate, but you can't be with the person. So I wanted to cite an example that I experienced one time.
Okay.
I mean, trust me, for me, if I'm working with you and we do not flow, like whether or not you are age mates or we're not age mates,
yeah.
if you are younger and we're working together and I have too many issues with you, I can already know that this kind of person, I cannot be with this person.
Yeah.
So even if we are working together and we flow, when it comes to relationship, it comes with a whole lot of different emotions. It's beyond the kind of work we are doing.
So the work here is aimed at we are going to get paid at the end of the day. So everybody's coming to that work, whether you and that person that you're working, even if people have the best relationship in that office, the aim is to get work. They'll pay your salary, and after some years you leave. But marriage, you're not working for salary. Fine, yeah, you might have a very supportive partner, but this is a for life thing.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's just the truth, because sometimes it might not even be a place of work where you get paid in terms of salary. It could just be like, oh, everybody come together, we have this idea, we have the same vision we are sharing, let's come together to achieve it. Maybe just like this entertainment space. Now you meet somebody who's a photographer. Okay, I'm a model, I'm a fashion designer, oh, I'm a producer, you understand? Okay, let's work together, let's create something. And then all of us are trying to achieve something together, to bring something out. And then the young guys now eyeing you, and in your head they're like, okay, yes, we are achieving this thing together, but
don't bring that into this.
Please, can you
off the emotions, off the emotions.
Because I noticed that younger guys tend to get to, how will I put it, they tend to get to how will I put, what's that English word?
You mean like when they are working with you and they're like, oh yeah, they already started developing some very funny.
No, they tend to get into intrigued when they meet a woman, because I'm very sure every man, just as every woman has fantasies, every man has fantasies of the woman they want to settle down with. And trust me, that happens at 21. They begin to imagine if
you've been so particular about this 21.
That, what do you mean? Because I've met a lot of 21-year-old guys, and they always talk about their fantasies. When they get to 23, they don't have time for all of that again. They're working towards what they achieve. Because I for one, I would not talk to anybody who does not have value or who does not have importance. Like, once I have a conversation with you, I already know where it's going to. So trust me, the person I tend to have longer conversations with are people that know what they're doing.
Yeah.
If you don't know what you are doing and you're already beginning to talk gibberish, I'll just, the conversation just ends. I just cut it off. I just find a way to just carry the conversation to another level, because I already know. So when I say 21, it's because I've noticed that I've communicated with a lot of 21-year-olds.
Okay.
Because why? Because they tend to be very intrigued by an older lady. When they meet them, they're like, oh, this is my dream woman. She's everything I desire, everything I imagined. She's everything that I have in my fantasy. So they're like, wow, I never believed I would meet a woman that is in my dream in real life. And then they just want to jump
start working on that emotion and start acting very funny around you.
And they want to just jump at. So if you notice that there are many young guys that they just fall in love with older women and they don't know why. They're like, okay, she's everything I desired. But eventually they become played. That's why many of them, they become played by such women, because that woman can never take you serious. She might even play mind games with you. She'll just date. She'll just say, oh, okay, this small boy just likes me, and you will not know that she's taking you as a small boy. And you just
now imagine that kind of person is probably passing through a lot of pressure of your age, you're already aiming 30, get married.
Imagine carrying a young boy.
Imagine
carrying your young boy to your mommy, this is what I want to marry.
Oh my god,
are you okay?
Especially in Yoruba homes.
So imagine a woman of 34.
Give you example of,
imagine a woman of 34 or 35 that has not found a man early, and then a 22-year-old man or a 23-year-old guy is eyeing her and is disturbing her all around.
Well, that's ridiculous. As a woman, why you made that kind of choice? Anyways, pressure for getting married. Well, why? I don't know if you're saying it the way I'm saying it. Like, imagine now, okay, you're already 34 as a woman. You're 34. You've achieved all that. You've worked so hard in your 20s, but then the only thing that is left is there's no man in the picture.
Do you know that it's going to be hard to find a man who is going to be on that same level with you. As at that age, many of them are already married. So that's why you see many of them falling from, married men. They only find married men. Or a man who already has a child and has divorced. So it's always very hard.
But then I feel like you can build your relationship as you are building yourself. It now depends on the kind of partner you have.
But many of them have actually grown in relationship with a guy. Some of them started dating the guy at 25, and then they dated for 10 years, and then the guy leaves her for another. What do you want her to do?
She should cry.
So there's no hope.
And move on,
exactly. And
because people, because he did you dirty. I mean, someone you've known for 10 years, that's a long time. But there's still hope. You can still meet somebody that is very, that would treat you like the queen that you are.
Exactly. With God. Just trust God. Yeah. Just put your life in God's hands and say, God, this is me. Sincerely, age is nothing. For what God wants to do for you, as anybody, as a man or as a woman. Yeah, I think you should not put age as a limit in your mind and say, if the guy is not older than me, or if the guy is not younger than me. See, whoever is going to meet you in terms of relationship, you don't know. In terms of mentality, sometimes it's even the person that is younger than you. You have looked down on the person, and the person might actually be the one that God has sent to help you. Like, okay, this is the person that is supposed to help you, and you're like, he's younger than me. You discard the person. Many people have missed it out in terms of relationship, in terms of life, because they just discarded the fact that this person is younger. Or some of them have just missed it and say, I cannot date this man because he's too old, whereas that's the person. So I think we should not limit ourselves in terms of age. We should not allow age to limit. Age is important because it speaks of the experience. It speaks of what you've been through.
Maturity level as well.
Yes, and it defines your maturity. But sometimes it does not also determine the maturity level. Sometimes it's not about age. Sometimes it's about growth. It's about see, you can grow in a year. A person can grow in a year. So it's really not about age.
And I think, or I would see it from this point of view, that is a personal decision. I don't know if there's this point in my life, I think it was about 2 or 3 years ago, and I was like, there was nothing exciting that I was doing. Like, I felt like I was not doing anything meaningful. I felt like I would look back and I'm like, Esther, what were you doing at this point of your life? So it was so funny that my YouTube, then I would watch Level Up, then I was watching this Sarah TJX, then I mean, words like those were the things, those were the images I wanted to see. And these are the women that they have the same thing that I want to become. So it came from a place of, first of all, I didn't like the space.
You didn't like where you were.
Yeah, I didn't like where I was at that point in my life. And the second choice was, okay, so how can I get better? Yeah. And it wasn't because I want to be a better person, I want to be a better woman, so that I'll find one good man. Like, at the end of the day, it's still my happiness, it's still me. And yes, I'm in love with the me of now. So yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's really awesome.
So it still falls back at your own personal decision.
Your personal decision. So it's not really about age. It's just about knowing your growth stage and accepting it quickly as it comes, and not discarding anybody that comes into your life. Don't look down on anybody, and don't overrate anybody. Just be you, and just accept life as it comes, and don't allow disrespect, because yes, the fact that age is just a number does not mean that somebody that is younger than you can just talk to you anyhow. You are just going to let them go. Let them know. Teach them.
Don't be disrespectful. Whether a person is older than you, or maybe the person is 1 year older, is 1 hour. There's only 1 hour difference. See, disrespect. To be very honest, because we are all human, and how would you feel somebody disrespects you because you are younger? Or because, I mean, this, even as friends, imagine your friend that is 2 or 3 years older than you talking to you anyhow, and you're like, is it because I'm young? Like, I feel like you can do better.
I feel you.
So yeah, just like I said, the willingness of both partners to navigate any challenges that may arise, maturity level, all of this. Whether you are young or you are old, these are factors that, and first of all, the big point in this whole thing here is understanding. You need to understand yourself, because imagine you not having a full understanding of who you are. How would you even be able to even treat other person, the second person, your partner?
Yeah.
So you have to even love yourself and treat yourself better and understand who you are. Then you would get somebody that is like you. I mean, sense-wise, yes. Sense-wise.
So it won't even really matter about age anymore.
Yeah. Because imagine somebody that you and the person are not on the same frequency. You guys are going to fight.
Yeah, you're going to have issues. So imagine you now find the person that is exactly for you, that you're like, okay, this person is just my soulmate, and then the age is now the barrier. You just have to make a choice.
Yeah.
Can I or can I not? So it's really
and consider really your number, future,
or is it not just
consider the future.
Yeah. So I want to round up right now. So is it really a number, or is it just?
We want to hear your thoughts in the comments. Actually,
exactly.
Let's know what you think.
So let's know what you think. Just express yourself. Tell us your story.
Yeah, we want to hear your stories as well. Do you think that you can date somebody that, or you can marry someone that is 40 years older than you?
40 years. Oh my god,
that's a question. That's a question targeted for people in the comments. Do you think that you'll be with someone that is 40 years old? I mean, as a lady, not as a man. I mean, as a younger lady.
But there are men that are dating older women. Have you seen the picture of the guy that got married to a woman that was like, I think this guy was like, I really want to know what their marriage something. He got married to a 70-year-old woman.
Sorry,
that's their business. This is the end of the Deep Dive podcast. Thanks for joining us.
Yeah.
It was great having you. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share our video. See you in the next episode.